Welcome back to Cocktails and Cults with your hosts, Tyler and
James Baxter. Jordan,
yes,
sorry.
George. And today we have several things to talk about, but first we need to argue about a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched a movie that I really enjoyed and thought was very different and cool. And it's called After the Dark, and it is on Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And then I told Jordan to watch it, and Jordan was like, I don't see what you see. And then watched it again high last night. So let's see what Jordan thinks now.
Oh, thank you for throwing that nugget out. Uh my beef is with the professor. It's just the professor. First off,
Okay,
they call him
spoilers, everybody.
oh yeah. I mean, okay, it's a movie from 2014. If you haven't seen After the Dark or the professor as the philosophers as it's known around the world, you had 10 years. So pause and come back. Anyway, it's the professor that does it though. Like like I said, they call him Mister. How can you be teaching philosophy at a school in Jakarta and you don't have a doctorate? What? And like this is supposed to be a college. Like we're supposed to believe that
Mhm.
they are in college because they're seniors and they're about to go off to university, which in the British colonialism, I have no idea what that even means because college is university, you know,
Mhm.
for us. I mean, there are differences, but like they're not two different schools. Well, they are, but I guess you could do that. But why would you do that? But yeah, so I don't know. I think he's weird.
He's supposed to be
He's,
weird, and you're
but
supposed to hate him.
he's illogical though, and he's trying to have these students think logically, but he's illogical. He is by definition, like for example, in the first scenario, where they lock him out, he pew pews down, the unpicked students, and they get
Especially the
mad at him,
poet.
especially the poet. He does not like. He's illogical against the poet. There you go. That's another point. But like, it's this point in the movie where like they lock him out, but instead of doing the altruistic thing of giving them the door code,
Hmm.
he instead chooses to tease them with the fact that he has it. He takes that time to write that scribbly ass note when he could have just as easily written down the number
Hmm.
because he by that point he's toast. He's
Hmm.
already, you know, his skin is falling off. Uh or well, it's makeup or whatever. But like he's done for. They can't save him. He's not savable. He could have given them the code, but instead he doesn't. He just chooses to have them argue a bit about like whether or not he's telling the truth, and then he just lies down and presumably dies
And they won't know if they need a code until they go to try to open the door.
in
So
a
they have
year.
to wait a whole year to find out if he was even telling the truth.
Right. And just to for the listener to have some, like there's 10 of them. There's supposed to be 10 in the bunker, end of the world apocalypse. So,
There's
they're
21 people in the class, and
yes,
they have to pick 10 people in the class that could survive in the bunker and then like repopulate the world.
right. And every student was given like a paper with a job on it or a background, whatever. And so they picked, whomever they felt would be the most capable of restarting civilization. So he's going to leave them with the riddle for a year. These people are supposed to restart civilization. He's going to leave them with the riddle, and they won't know until then, by which point it's too late. Because, spoiler alert, he does have the door code. He's the only one that knows the door code, and he's very dead.
Very,
And
very dead at the end.
as illogical as you, because dead is not one of those gradable nouns where you can like be deader than something else, but like he's very dead.
He's
And
been eaten by dogs and
his carcass has had a bad time. And but yeah, he chooses for them to die miserable deaths instead of doing the altruistic thing of giving them the code,
Mhm.
which is illogical. So he dooms humanity to spite them.
You know, they could have just started trying different codes.
Honestly, I kind of thought that too, because he was technically supposed to be the 10th in the bunker.
Although they didn't know how
So
many numbers it was either.
it's true they didn't know how many numbers there were, but like you would think, like in a situation like that, I'm gonna bang that keypad as many times as I can. Like, you know, what have you got to lose? What else are you doing?
Hmm.
Waiting for your inevitable death. But like, yeah, so for me that was very illogical of him to spite humanity um by doing that. Like, I don't think it was a bad movie though. Like, I enjoy, like, except for the main female student, I didn't like the way she talked, and I noticed that. Like, okay, when
She sounds like she knows she's better than everyone else, but is also
yes,
trying to be overly calm at the same time.
right, and the actress is actually British, so she's also putting on a fake American accent too
Which she
at
wouldn't
the
have
same
even needed
time.
to do. Like, why did she need to not be British?
Why could there were British students in the class? What did it matter? Like, it would have had no bearing whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, like,
That might be why she talked like that, though.
maybe because she couldn't do anything else. It's kind of how she sounded.
And she did sound like she was thinking really hard about the words she was saying.
Yes, yeah. Like it was all very breathy, and and that could be on the director too, right? Maybe the director wanted her to talk that way, and
Yeah.
really dug it. But like, another thing that I thought was illogical is in the second scenario, they have the main male character, the main,
Her
well,
boyfriend,
her boyfriend. I forget his name now. Jack? No, not Jack.
Ethan.
That's Titanic. Ethan. Maybe it's Ethan. Jack is the gay kid with the curly hair. Yes. Um. Anyway, like they make in the second scenario, they add another layer to their traits that they have, right, or whatever, some kind of kink for their character trait. So main guy ends up being gay. Like they say, I'm a what is it, organic
Farmer.
gardener, and he's also gay. And he's like, but to vote or to make his case for getting in, he's like, hey, listen, I still have the parts,
Hmm.
still works, for repopulating humanity. I can still, do this. So he gets in on that false premise because he's like, yeah, I can still do this. And then when it comes time, he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm not gonna
whoa.
give up my convictions.
This is my conviction. I'm not.
I'm not gonna sleep with a woman.
It's like, my guy, you literally, when trying to get in, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I can do this.
Plus, you could just turkey baster it, dude.
I mean, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways around this. Like, it's not like you have a lot of things taking up your time. You can figure out ways to do it.
Oh, because one of the caveats was they had to have a pregnancy during the
Yes.
scenario.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the scenario goes completely to shit because of who?
The
A professor.
professor.
Because he's trying to force his will upon the others,
Hmm.
and the one of the other female characters, who is actually non-binary in real life and goes by they them.
Oh,
I googled. I always do that. Or I always like after I watch a movie, like I always look up like who's in it. Like,
Ginny from Harry Potter was in it too. She's
yes,
British.
yes, she's very British. She's profoundly British in the movie. Um,
I wish she was the main character. I feel like it would have been better if she was.
yeah, her tone was definitely more assertive and just
Mm-hmm.
more likable.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, the professor has a hissy fit because he basically is trying to like he's forcing someone to comply with his will on the having a pregnancy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gets
First
stabbed
day,
in the
like first day that they're in there.
yeah, and like he's like no no no, you, we're doing this. We're just we're doing the round robin until someone gets pregnant, and like
Oh
they
yeah,
take
because he
umbrage.
wanted everyone to take turns sleeping with every girl. So they were all going to like everyone was going to be with everyone and they were
Mm-hmm.
just going to whoever gets pregnant and we're just going to throw all our seed out there.
Although I think the caveat still was that the two, well, Ethan or whatever his name
Yeah.
was still with his,
Yeah.
being gay. I don't think he was. I think he was still abstaining. But like,
Yeah.
regardless, like he has that fight with Jack, and then because Jack stabs him in the ear, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go open the doors and kill us all.
Hmm.
That's not logical. And then when the kids are illogical, in the third one, he's like, what? He's like, hold on now.
You can't be illogical now.
What are you doing? Especially like at the very, very end. Like I mean,
Well,
he's through the whole thing. He's like, oh, you're so illogical.
I feel like all of that in the last one though was just for her to piss off the teacher.
Oh, it absolutely was.
None of it was for the actual assignment.
No, that was a troll. She was just straight trolling. Although we don't know if anyone tried to get pregnant during that one. They don't say.
Well, the infertile guy tried to get everyone pregnant.
He sure did. You know what? And bless his heart in that whole storyline. But but yeah, so the professor's like he keeps objecting to all of these um illogical things, but like but they make it. They survive because the bombs never go off. And then at the end, they're like, "Well, we've made it." But you know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna off ourselves because
Everyone.
we made it, and we're not even gonna try our skills
I like how they
that we.
all thought that too. It wasn't even like any of them were objected to it.
Yeah, like
And
you literally
and they act like they don't have any skills.
right. It's like you still have a gardener. You still have
You knew how to
the
make a
structure.
fire.
Yeah, you had the structural engineer slash electrical engineer. Like, but they're like, you know what? Mm-mm, we're done with this.
Well, and the professor's only skill was that he had the code.
Yeah, he was a bunker builder and that he had the code.
It was the only skill.
Which
Oh, he was a
when
bunker builder. He was a bunker builder. That's right.
right,
I forgot that
he did
part.
build a bunker, but I feel like in the post apocalyptic world, the bunker's not going to be the you know top of the list attraction to build. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah,
Yeah.
I see. It's not a bad movie. Like it was an enjoyable watch.
I just liked how different it was from other films. Like
Yeah,
that
it
it
is. It's very
wasn't
different.
predictable.
It isn't. It is
It's
not
not
predictable.
predictable.
No.
I watch a lot of like the same movie, it feels like. So I love, love, love true crime related. So they're like,
Yes.
they are dramatized true crime stories on Lifetime. And I love
Mhm.
them, but they're all the same story.
Yeah, it's the same formula.
And but the funny thing is they're real life and it's still the same story.
It's still,
Because they
I mean
love
that
they love that story. They love like that the person got away, that they were able to like either face their person or the person offs themselves, but and they can't really face them, but they still like find a way to like let it out and feel heard. But
right and like overcome the trauma somehow.
mhm. And
Yeah.
then they end up being like super powerful and awesome. They're
Hmm.
usually women, and they love that formula.
I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If that puts viewers in the
Hmm.
seats. I guess it's the same as like the Lifetime Christmas movies. They're all kind of like the same.
The businesswoman comes back to her small town,
Hmm.
falls in love with the fish farmer.
Exactly. Meets this quirky fish farmer, and boy howdy, she just can't resist herself. He's so plucky.
And now she decides to stay and be the town lawyer,
Yeah, exactly.
but also own the flower shop she's always wanted,
Because it just so happens to be for sale.
and has 20 children, even though she never
Hmm.
wanted kids.
Never wanted them. And her friend in the big city thinks she's crazy for doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah, movies are very formulaic. But so this movie definitely is like, we're not doing that,
Hmm.
which I commend.
Which
I just,
Midsummer was very similar.
but Midsummer was good.
But
Like,
Midsummer is good.
I was into it. Like, it's not that I wasn't into this movie. I just kept getting angry with the professor doing, like, what are you doing?
You're supposed to be angry with the professor.
He's a Luke Skywalker. He's Luke Skywalker in it.
And there is the thought that all movies are just Star Wars.
Yeah, He's Luke Skywalker. He's just coming in there,
Being a whiny bitch.
whining, being a whiny bitch. You guys locked me out. You're not
I
letting me
wanna
go.
I wanna sleep with my sister.
He wanted to sleep with his student, which, by the way,
Oh, he
turns out he
was
has an affair.
sleeping with
He
his
he
student.
was sleeping with her.
But she liked Han Solo.
Yes,
Gay Solo.
yes. And basically, he says, "I love you," and she says, "I know," and then she walks out. Essentially, is what happens. Because then, yeah, she is absolutely Han Solo.
Oh
He,
God. Oh, she's Han. You're right. She's Han Solo.
she is. She's not as charismatic, except for
uh,
at the end.
who's Chewie?
Who's the poet? He was a very hairy guy.
And gets shot a lot.
He does get shot a lot. I feel, well, poor Chewie. Sorry, Chewie. That's not a beer. That's not a cocktail.
Evelyn never brought me one.
I'm calling you out.
This is my first energy drink of the day, and I love this flavor.
What's that? Blue
Breeze
Crush? Oh,
Breezeberry.
Breezeberry.
I don't know what that is, but it's good. There's zero sugar,
Zero sugar.
but 15 calories. I don't know how
Hit those
there's zero
calories.
sugar if there's 15 calories.
Carbs?
Aren't those sugars?
Oh yeah. I'm not medical. I'm not scientific here. I'm not that
Oh, but there's
smart.
sugar alcohol.
Oh.
But there's no alcohol in this.
No, but I think the sugar alcohol, isn't that what they put in like the fat-free gummy bears that makes people have bathroom incidents?
Well, I've never had a bathroom incident with this.
Well, that's good. don't don't drink a lot of them.
I'm gonna open another one now.
Heck yeah. You know what? You do you. I support that.
Oh,
Far be it for me to
yeah.
ever stop you. Excuse me.
Uh, Also, thank you, Al, for sending me this. That's just helping me get through this. And Gatorades and poppies.
Which poppies are not flowers,
No,
nor are
they're
they
drinks.
they're drinks. They're not a euphemism for pills either. Poppies sounds a bit like a euphemism for pills.
Which they had written me about being a sponsor of the show, and then they just ghosted me after.
Poppies.
Yeah. So
Come
I'm
on.
gonna try writing them again. I did get another one that wrote me squatty potty, so we may be squatty pottying, and maybe I'll do a whole episode on the toilet.
From the toilet.
Hmm.
Yes.
So yeah, stay
Yes.
tuned because we got the classy sponsors, and I'll drink a poppy while sitting on the toilet with my squatty potty because I will totally do this.
I don't I don't doubt it one bit. I feel like it's a done deal.
If they become like a good like a super good sponsor, maybe I'll make like a toilet throne that I sit on for the podcast, you know?
Yeah.
And then Poopery can sponsor too, and then I'll just do a whole bathroom theme.
Everything is right in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Right there at your fingertips.
yeah. Miralax, come on.
Toilet paper. Think about that. Toilet paper. My goodness.
Charmin Ultra, less is more.
Wet wipes. You know, the sky is truly the limit here.
Mhm. Different
Truly.
plungers.
Different plungers.
Hmm.
Different toilet like types.
Toilets. You know, I would
Yeah.
really, oh, bidets.
Bidets.
Can do some
Different bidets.
squirt action.
Yes, you can do some squirt action.
Just some ideas, companies. Come on.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
But the squatty potty they're sending me is like made out of wood. It's really cute.
Whoa.
It's not like the white one. It's like a
I'm
wood
gonna
one.
steal it. I'm gonna steal this.
No.
You're not gonna know.
How am I not gonna know?
Not till I'm gone.
I have so many cameras in my house. Where are
It's
you?
true.
How are you gonna get the
I'll find a way. All right, I'll find a way.
hmm You just walk around with this like thing in your shirt.
It's
Here,
my carry-on.
Evelyn, stand in front of me.
Exactly. Evelyn will help me abscond with the squatty potty.
Maybe they
I
just
feel
have to
like she
send
would.
you one too.
You know what? That's a better idea. Maybe that's a better plan.
All right, squatty potty. We need two.
We need to. Please
Oh
help me out.
goodness. Yeah. I can clip that out for the TikTok there.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. So what are we
Um,
talking about today?
ooh, we're talking about fandoms and oh, I had a word for the other one. Brand enthusiasts.
Brand enthusiasts.
Yes, because I
Okay.
feel like they can very easily fall into the cult category.
Okay, so we're talking like actual brands.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Because, I mean, if you look at it and you're like, oh, well, there's the iPhone people,
Mm-hmm.
the Android people.
Mm.
Exactly. Exactly. You're in a cult.
I kid. I kid.
No, you don't.
All
Um,
right.
but yes, like I've seen people like families fight and like be upset over the other person not bending over to their device type.
I that's wild.
Hmm.
Not that I don't believe it happens. I do. I absolutely believe that happens because I've seen it with other brand types. But like with expensive objects like that, you wouldn't think so much. Or maybe you. No, I guess maybe I would. Yeah, I can see it actually now that I think about it.
And I see it a lot in groups that I've been in where they're talking about like, oh, my husband cheated on me and I need to put something on his phone so I can see what he does, but it's easier to do it if you have the same type of device. I see that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But no, but there's people that legit like act like people are not as good as them if they don't have the same type of device that they have.
Yeah, like I've had that happen before. I mean, I think people are joking when they talk, like, but like people are like when they find out I have an Apple, they're like, oh, because you're not very, what do they say, smart or something like that. I'm like, I no, I used to have an Android. I've had it actually. I was a BlackBerry person. It took a
You're
while before.
You're a
You got the
business
BlackBerry.
person.
I, I was told I was so business. I don't even know why did I have a BlackBerry? I don't know. I guess wait, no, because Black I'm trying to think if Android phones were out at the same no, because the iPhone was. It was like iPhone and like BlackBerry. And then Android came along, I feel.
I feel like the BlackBerry came out before iPhone because Blackberries came out for deaf people
Okay.
as a way that they could communicate more easily instead of doing like the T9 thing to be able to type.
Right, to have a full keyboard. Yeah.
Hmm. And so they came out for like mo or no, like I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah,
Like
first
a,
smartphone for BlackBerry was 2002.
hmm.
I was just curious like how old it was. I don't think I got a BlackBerry till much later. I had a Motorola Razor for a good portion of
I never got a razor.
the 20s, 2000s, the
I
2000s.
I had a phone that it like slid and then there was a keyboard
Yes, I remember those.
and it was
Those were
white
all
and
the
blue.
rage. Those were all the rage. The flip out phones, the keyboard flipped out.
It like slid and then the keyboard was there.
Yeah, they
And
had like gimmicky
then
names.
yes. And then I had a flip phone that I would switch out like the cover on it like every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't charge it and talk on it at the same time.
Oh, my, I love the limitations we used to have. Like
Hmm.
sometimes we had smartphones without cameras, or
But
I'm
yeah,
not smartphones. I'm sorry, phones.
but so back to the iPhone thing. So
Mm-hmm.
Liam, my
Liam.
almost 15-year-old, only wants an iPhone, like thinks that an Android is just beneath him and they're just not
Mm-hmm.
as good. And not only does he want an iPhone, but he has to have like the newest iPhone, the best iPhone. And then on top of that, so when the new iPhones come out, you can get because really the only thing that changes on the outside is the camera for some reason, just so that you
Mm-hmm.
can't get the same case. So
Yeah,
he'll get something that looks like the other camera to put on it to make it look like he has the new one. Why? So that he fits in with his cult. That's why.
exactly. It's keeping up with the Joneses, but in high school, it's 10 times worse.
And it's this desire to like fit into a group and
Mm-hmm.
it carries over like that's a silly one, but it carries over into politics too, where you let go of your own convictions to fit into this group that you say that you're aligned with politically to
Mm-hmm.
continue to be accepted by them. And so like for me, when I'm going through like our local ballots and stuff and I'm learning about people, I don't even look at their affiliations before I like read what they're about. Like
Mm-hmm.
what is it that this person is standing for? What is it that this law is standing for or whatever? And like before I even like so I have voted for people that don't align politically with me because in that job that they're going to be in, what they do align with for that job does align with me.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see that.
Um, I definitely would not vote for a president that was a certain political party,
I
but
mean, right, but
but when it comes to specific jobs and stuff, I have like for school board and stuff. But I think some of those people, again, like what they're standing for doesn't necessarily stand for what that party does, and they're kind of going against it and have their own convictions.
right, and I think it used to be more so like that
Mhm.
than it is now. I think now where it's a little more polarizing, where things are very much
Yeah.
so uh, like tilted into this very extreme um, examples. But yeah,
And
yeah, I remember.
you'll hear people say it like, "Oh, well, I could never be a Democrat because I'm pro-life."
Right,
It has like that's not the only thing that they stand for, but
right,
they're like, "I can't do that because of this." but then a bunch of the other things that they stand for all align with more liberal views.
Right.
And then they slowly turn like things around and then they become super hyper conservative to try to fit into that bubble to be like, no, I'm not pro-choice. Like, trust me
Hmm.
because I'm conservative.
Yes. Yeah, it gets scary. Like I've seen it happen with the neoliberals, where they kind of start smelling their own farts, and the next thing you know, they're not doing anything of any value for
Ugh.
anybody.
No, it's horrible both ways. Like the
Yeah.
polarization both ways. And it's like they cannot bend to anything that looks remotely the other way because it might like yeah, it's crazy because like I am a gun-toting liberal, okay? Like
Yes. Yes, you are.
I am not a Democrat and I pick and choose between the things that I stand for. It makes it very difficult in today's climate because there are two basically cults that you are voting for. And it's like, do you want this super extreme over here or this super extreme over here? And I'm like, here.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
A two-party system doesn't benefit anybody, really. I mean, let's be honest. I kind of more align with the anarchists, which I can just see people rolling in their graves on that one. But like, there's no representation there. There's nothing like that.
mm-mm. I was
I
Green
mean,
Party forever until I had to vote for Bernie.
you know what? I can see that. Yeah. Yes.
Uh, and I just lost all my viewers. No. But
Oh my
really,
god.
I have great conversations with people on all sides of the spectrum as long as they're not like I can see how someone could be conservative and like if you're as long as you're not like hyper like way on the far side, like we can have conversations and I can see your side and why you think the way you think. And we need balance in our like lives. There are certain things that shouldn't be political at all.
Right.
That those are my issues with some things on that side, or that there's things that shouldn't be political at all that are, and that they
Yeah.
made a problem. But I have a lot of friends, and most of my family are very conservative. And I can have good discussions with them where we can see why each other thinks the way we think. But it's when you get into the groups that, like, no, this is the way things are, this is the end all be all, and you can't even like some of my family that I can't have those conversations with. It's like you can't even be a Christian or go to heaven without believing these things, which is
Right.
where it's like that's culty.
That's that is where you are in the cult. Yeah. That's when you're at that point. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty bad.
And then you get into the fandoms.
And then you get into the fandoms.
Star Wars or Star Trek.
I like both.
Firefly, Farscape.
I never watched Farscape. I did like Firefly though.
I love Farscape.
Never seen it.
I am a Farscaper.
Farscape. Is it something we should watch?
Yes.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
never got into Firefly. My sister's obsessed, but
Well, it was only what? One season? I can't even remember now. It's been so long since I've watched it.
I think it was. And then the main
But
guy was in another show where like his
oh,
whole identity was like being in a
shoot, what?
show.
It's gonna bug me now. Nathan Fillion. That's right, Nathan Fillion.
Did you watch that show though?
What show is that? He was in.
It was longer than Firefly.
He was. He was in another show too. I'm trying to think. Is like I don't remember as what.
Oh wait, it wasn't the main guy. It wasn't the main guy.
Oh,
It was Alan.
oh, Alan Tudyk.
Was it him or was it the main? Oh no, I think they were both in the show. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of what the show was?
I don't know.
Oh, it was funny.
Alan Tudyk, television. Oh, he was in oh god, what was the name of that show? Orville.
Well, he was in Orville.
What? Yeah, Alan Tudyk was in Orville, wasn't he?
No, he's
No, he
not.
wasn't.
No, he's not. That
No.
guy that looks like discount him is in Orville.
Oh yeah, the guy from ER.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
if you
no.
watch the show.
Everyone's just like listening to this, going, "Okay, you know what?
Oh,
Uh,
he's in Santa Clarita Diet.
yeah, okay."
God, what was that show?
He's in things that get canceled.
He is in a lot. He's in 2 episodes of Adventure Time.
Thankfully, didn't get canceled.
I'm in the Adventure Time fandom.
Me too. He was in Modoc. Modoc got canceled. He was in Santa Clarita Diet. So, that got canceled.
I'm sad that got canceled.
So am I. They never got to finish it. I don't know what show he would have been in with Nathan Fillion.
I'm trying to remember, but it was a funny show, and
I'm
like
sure everyone's like just screaming at
they're
their
like, I know. Just tell me what the show was, guys. Because
tell
I'm
us.
he's in too many things. He's like in one episode of so many shows.
Let's see. I'm on Nathan Fillion right now, looking. He was on Castle.
Oh, I love
Is that it?
Castle.
I
No,
never
no,
watched it.
no, no. Um, sh
He was
uh,
on Community. He was 2 episodes of Community, but I don't think that would have been it. He
um,
was in Nathan Fillion was also in Santa Clarita Diet.
he was in it too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
he
to
was gay. Yeah,
rewatch
he
that
was like the
show.
next door neighbor, I believe. Um, Big Mouth,
No, it was a show about whatever, where he like plays himself.
like Nathan Fillion playing Nathan Fillion.
I don't know. I'll look it up later. Everyone just tell me what it was.
Now I'm just like I can't. Was it a was it a web thing? No, the Guild. He was in the Guild.
I love The Guild, but no, it wasn't that.
Dr. Horrible sing along blog.
Oh my God, I love that show too. That movie. So good.
Yeah, doesn't he
He
play
was the
like
bad guy. Well, he was the good guy.
the hammer guy, right? Wasn't he like
Yeah.
the yeah? Wow, I'm surprised I remember that because usually I don't remember things. I don't know what TV show he could have been in. Modern Family, but that wouldn't have been it. Where he's playing himself.
No.
Was it a movie?
No, it's a show.
It was a show. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes, that's it. You can stop
That's it.
looking now.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. Some I'm sure like one guest knows.
Maybe it's just in my head and it never
Maybe it
actually
is in your
happened.
head. Was it the Baldwin guy from Firefly?
No.
Not the Baldwin guy. Adam Baldwin, that was his name. No, not him.
No.
All right, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, we tried.
It kind of reminded me of the Bitch in Apartment 23. Have you seen that show?
I've seen a few episodes of it. I never watched it like all the way
Where
through.
where the guy that plays Dawson in Dawson's
Hmm.
Creek like plays himself and his whole identity is that he was on Dawson's Creek. It was kind of like
I'm like,
that.
I wish I knew what it was because I need to know now.
It's okay.
It's gonna drive me nuts.
Maybe I just said it and it doesn't exist and I just did
Maybe
that to
it doesn't
bother you.
exist. Maybe we want. Thank you so much. You're you're a peach.
But it wasn't called Firefly. It was called something else in the show, but it was obviously Firefly.
That he was buried in Firefly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yes, so are you in any fandoms? Twilight?
Twilight. Are you a brony?
I am not a brony.
I know you're not a brony.
Oh, are you all bronies?
Yeah.
Tell us what your fandoms were are.
Mm-hmm. Or are.
You go to Comic-Con. How much money do you spend on your fandom?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Crime Con so bad.
I know it does sound like a good time.
They did a cruise one year instead of like the convention thing. Or maybe they did both. They do Crime Con here and in the UK, so you can go to both of them.
Okay. Did they do like a murder mystery on the cruise?
I don't know.
Because like, what better place to do a murder mystery than a cruise ship?
It's true. They sold out on the murder mystery dinner for Valentine's Day I wanted to do.
Oh, that's I'm sorry.
They're doing a second one on Sunday, so maybe I'll sign up as a singleton and go to the uh Valentine's Day. It's $80 a person, which is a lot of money. But it's a
Dang.
five course meal and a murder mystery party.
That's
So
not bad though. That's not bad.
no.
It's a murder mystery too. It's a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So come on, like that's a that's worth it.
Hmm. I'm putting on one in my town. So
I would go
I think
to
I'm gonna
both.
write it myself too.
I support that
And everyone has to
because
dress up.
I don't know if listeners know that you're a good writer, but you are a good writer.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Shucks.
I've decided I think my tactic is that if I give you compliments while you're recording, you have to you have to take them.
I'm so bad at receiving compliments, you all. And I yell at because Jordan's bad about it too. So I yell at Jordan about
Mm-hmm.
it. I'm like, accept it, say thank you. And then I don't.
Mm-hmm. And then you're just like, me?
Never.
Never me.
That doesn't pertain to me.
Not at all.
This is
What
vodka.
about it? Okay, it's actually water. What kind of fandoms could you see yourself getting into?
Well,
Going overboard.
for me, I would, let's see, Squishmallow fandom,
Interesting.
pickle fandom.
Pickle fandom. Okay.
So growing up, like I said, I told my dad I liked Tinkerbell, and then like everything was Tinkerbell after that. So my dad is very much a fandom person. He has a whole room in his house dedicated to Star Wars. A
Room.
whole, yes, a whole room in his house dedicated to his surfboard collection. They're all 1960 surfboards.
Okay.
So he has a tiki room, like full, I think it's actually two rooms full of his surfboards and stuff. And there was a museum that actually like displayed a bunch of his surfboards.
Oh wow.
My
That's pretty
dad's
awesome.
my dad's definitely autistic like me, but um I was very into certain bands growing up. Um
Like
and
what? What band? Let's get a band.
So Pink Floyd was one that I
Okay.
really liked. The Beatles, Cake, um, the oh gosh, there's a lot of them. But yes, those are three big ones, and I have my dad to thank for those. The Beach Boys.
That's an interesting one. I didn't see that coming.
Yes. My
Beach
dad
Boys
loves the Beach Boys, so he listened to them. So my dad had a Jeep, and so he would listen to the music like really loud going down.
with the top off.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And he really liked music, so we'd always have music playing, or we'd have like surf movies playing, or cowboy movies, westerns.
He probably likes surf music too, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I figured as much.
Endless Summer were the films that he would always have playing like all the time.
It's pretty cool.
But Star Wars, we grew up as a very big Star Wars family at my dad's house, and I always loved Star Trek, and I felt like I was a traitor for loving Star Trek.
I say I'm in the why not both camp, but
I am a both camp too,
yeah,
but I had to like hide my Star Trekness.
that's fair.
Yes.
Gotta hide it
Um,
away.
hide it away. But we were very much a Disney family too. So we were in
Mm-hmm.
the Disney fandom,
The Disney fandom.
which yeah, so much Disney stuff. They're collectors. So like if the Disney VHSs had different covers, like A Bug's Life came out with different covers, we
Yeah.
had to have all of them.
I remember the commercials on TV where they're like, this is the last time we're releasing Fantasia this century.
It's going
Order
out of
now.
the vault.
Yes, like back in the day, kids, you had to order things off of the TV. You had to call in and mail a check and all
Oh,
sorts of other silly business just to get
uh,
your limited edition Disney.
yeah. I was very much in the Harry Potter fandom. That was probably my biggest one until 2020 when
Yeah.
everything went down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting my what is this the right one? This one fixed to be the Eye of Sauron. It's I forget that it's not
It's
reversed.
yeah.
Um, so I'm just getting the eye like turned into like more of an eye. Um, Zelda, a very big Zelda fandom person. Absolutely love Zelda. I wish I had the attention span to play.
The video games.
Yeah, I just don't hold I fall asleep.
I mean, you play Skyrim.
I do love Skyrim, but I still fall asleep playing Skyrim.
I didn't know you fell asleep while playing video games. That's interesting.
I do. I think that just like, and that's, I feel like smartphones have kind of made that a thing, like focusing on just one thing at a time. Like if I'm just watching a movie, I fall asleep too, unless I'm trying to fall asleep.
Or if you're watching the movie with me,
I still was falling asleep.
you know you stay awake. What? How dare you?
Like,
Oh.
no, I was trying. Well, no, because I would go to bed because I was going to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have just pretended I wasn't sleeping, like the thing
That's
I
true.
used to do.
Is that it?
Where you're like block where the person can see your eyes.
Uh-huh. The thing is though, like the breathing always gives it away.
Mm,
It's always the breathing.
I snore.
So do I.
Yeah.
I'm a snorer.
When I was doing my taxes, you weren't snoring.
Sometimes I don't, I guess. I the whole blind squirrel finding a nut.
So there was a morning and Jordan was still asleep when Jordan was here, and went down into the basement where Jordan was sleeping. And I sat on the couch in the living room outside the bedroom. And I had texted Jordan saying, like, okay, I'll come down. I'm just going to be doing my taxes. And I think Jordan thought I was joking.
I was sleeping.
Well, you were
Did I
up for a little
respond?
while. You were texting me while I was out there. And then you finally
Oh,
came out and you're like, oh, you are doing your taxes.
that's right. That is right. Yeah, I did wake up and I'm like, oh,
You went out to go to the bathroom and you're like, oh, you are doing your
you
taxes.
are doing your taxes. Well, fun times.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm. But like, it's interesting, like the fandoms, aside from like Star Wars, which I think is like a big one.
Hmm.
Like most of yours are, I don't want to say smaller, because obviously Pink Floyd and the Beatles are not small by any measure. But like in terms of when you were fans of them,
Hmm.
it was post their heyday.
Oh, the bands.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
Pink
yeah.
Floyd, Beatles, Beach Boys,
Cake.
when you were a child. Cake. Well,
Yeah.
Cake. Okay, Cake I think is one. That's a good example of a band that was not necessarily in their hate or past their heyday at that point because they were still making music in the 90s.
Backstreet Boys,
Well, I was about to say like Backstreet Boys, In
Spice
Sync.
Girls.
Oh, Spice Girls.
I liked uh Bewitched, which was a band from
Oh man, okay.
Ireland, Scotland, Ireland, one of those. Uh,
Let's find out. Bewitched band. Oh, B asterisk witched.
Bewitched,
Irish girl group.
Irish. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
sing "Blame It on the Weatherman." Um, and Garbage. That was another one I really liked.
Ooh, yeah. Garbage.
Mm, uh, Amy Lee.
Evanescence.
She's hot.
She is hot. Still.
She was touring with Corn, and I wanted to go so bad.
Why didn't you?
Um, I think I was
What year was that?
working. This
Okay.
was 2022, like right
Oh
when they
wow. Okay.
started 2021. It was right when they started touring again after COVID because they were supposed to tour
Okay.
before COVID and then it got pushed till later.
Awesome. Okay. I
Um,
didn't realize they were touring that so recently.
I got to do the backstage thing with Corn during COVID. So it was just on Zoom that we got to talk to the band over Zoom, one on
That had to
like
be interesting.
just us and the band. Yeah, it's pretty
That
cool.
had to be really
That was
a
fun.
Zoom call.
And then you get to watch their live concert online like the
That's
next
pretty
day.
cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we made a lot of concessions during COVID.
The meet and greet was like $150 to talk to him on Zoom for 20 minutes.
You figure per person, how many people are in there?
One at a time. So
Hmm. Okay.
it's just you and the band.
You in the band, I'd be so nervous.
Oh God, yeah. And you wait for like you go because there's like
Yeah.
sections of time and then like you have to wait because they're always behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was cool. It almost seemed more intimate than being there, but then you don't actually get to be in the same room as them. But
True. Yeah, you're not in the same room. You don't get to
God,
breathe the same air, I suppose.
they're so hot.
Well, I have no idea what the members of Corn look like, so
Are you gonna look it up now?
I might as well.
You're gonna be like,
I might
no,
as well.
no, Tyler, no.
What's Tyler thinking there? Okay.
Dudes with long hair
Dudes with long hair. Yep.
and tight pants.
Looks like I gotta buy some tight pants.
And you're already growing your hair out, so
I am growing my hair. Oh my goodness.
you don't even wear pants. You wear shorts.
I'll wear pants for you.
It was like negative 30 degrees and Jordan's wearing shorts.
I mean, if you told me you wanted me to wear tight pants, I'd wear tight pants. I'm just saying. All you gotta do is say it. I'm there.
Perfect. All right.
So they look like In Sync if In Sync had tattoos. That's what I'm getting here. That's Corn. In Sync with tattoos. I'm sorry.
Oh, I want to do like a poster of them that looks like the no strings attached, but it's corn.
Yes, but it's Corn.
Can someone make me that?
Someone out there surely.
I never got to see NSYNC in concert. I really wanted to go to their no strings attached concert because it was cool.
I heard there were strings attached.
I also wanted to go to Kesha when she was grungy and go in a minivan and like have Moms for Kesha on the back and have us all go in like a minivan.
That's amazing.
She's no longer grungy, so
I mean, I feel like you could still do it. Why not?
she's like pop country now.
Is she? Good for
Yeah.
good for Keisha. Kesha, not Keisha.
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 I'm
Keisha.
I'm happy for her. I just wanted to like get super grungy,
Absolutely.
which I could do at like an Amy Lee concert though.
I want to see you grungy. I'm kind of curious now.
I do like these fake dreads
Okay.
that are pretty cool that I can like they're not like dreads, guys. They're like grungy, like just your hair looks
Grungy.
grungy.
Okay. I didn't realize the hair was in. I was thinking this was going to be a makeup affair and clothing.
Oh, I bought a ticket to go to Backstreet Boys
Hmm.
um when they were touring again. And I had a whole outfit planned and I had a Tamagotchi. I had like this, I had butterfly clips. I didn't get to go.
Oh my goodness. Why did you have to go?
I don't remember. I think I had to fly to another state or something during that time.
Oh, sucks.
Yeah.
We'll have to make it happen now.
I had a
I'm
really
sure
good
the.
seat. I
Did you?
got one ticket for just me. So no one wanted to buy my ticket either because it was just one ticket.
It's one ticket. Yeah. Well, you know.
I know. But Spice Girls, they need to come around again. I need to go to a Spice Girls
I thought
concert.
I thought they did. Didn't they come back around?
Um,
Aren't they?
they were, but they need to do it again so I
Again,
can
again.
go.
Right, right. I'm sure the Beach Boys aren't doing much. I don't know. Maybe you can go see the Beach Boys.
They're like all dead.
Oh,
uh,
oh boy.
the Who.
I'm sure the
That was
Who.
another one I really liked.
Well,
I've been watching CSI to go to sleep.
if you can't tell.
Uh, yeah. And I get really into some things and then I'm like really into them for a while and then I get into something else,
Yeah, I think that's a part of ADHD, right?
probably.
I think so because I do very
There's
similar things.
there's certain things that I've always been into. I'm super into them and like it's never gonna go away. Like
Hmm.
dead things. I love dead things.
That's gonna stay. Yeah.
Um, I've dedicated a whole room to my house for it, so it can't go anywhere. But um, but yeah, I feel like my ADHD just kind of goes everywhere with my things I'm into.
Yeah. I mean, for
Doctor
sure.
Who. Doctor Who is a big one. That's a big fandom.
Yes. I consider myself a Whovian,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I'm always one of those fans that's like I appreciate it,
Oh, I gave you
but
a crossover fandom sticker with Doctor Who.
you did. It's right there. It's Adventure Time in Doctor Who next,
I love
where
it.
Jake is a TARDIS,
Oh, another huge one is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
which I don't understand.
It's the music, I think.
I can see like some of the songs, but like I remember seeing that in the movie theaters when it came out as a kid and just
God,
being
you're
like,
old.
I thank you,
Just kidding.
and being like, what is this? What am I watching? I don't know. I never got into it.
I was into it. I love Oogie Boogie.
Who's that?
The guy that has like worms all inside of him, like bugs all inside of him, and he's like
Okay.
a burlap sack.
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I never, it was something that I was just uh, like Rent or Newsies.
I love both of those.
I know. I'm kidding.
There's
I'm kidding.
also that's another huge fandom that I would say are the like Broadway heads.
Yes. We, we're all very familiar with two. Uh, oh God.
Reefer Madness.
Not Read for Madness. I would, although that's a good one, but like the ones I'm thinking are Wicked,
Wicked's
because
good.
everyone when Wicked came out, everyone was singing Defying Gravity, and of course
Hamilton.
Hamilton. That was the second one. Yeah, Hamilton.
I paid $300 to go to Hamilton.
Whoa, wow! Just
Uh,
you, or like you and
no,
somebody?
two tickets.
Whoa!
They were good seats.
Still, that's wow. As long as they were good seats. I mean, and seeing shows in live like that, it's always an
Yeah.
event. It's always good.
I
So
went for
like,
my birthday, and I went for my birthday to go see um The Lion King. That was
okay,
really good.
so where are we gonna go this year for your birthday?
Ooh, I'll have to see what's touring.
All right.
But I saw Wicked in London.
Okay.
Very
That's
good.
a yeah. I saw it in Chicago, so
And I wanted to see The Cursed Child when I was there. Again, this was pre 2020. This was in 2018. So
okay.
before we knew. But yeah, it's just sad because I was such a huge Harry Potter fan and like I I had the girls' room was Harry Potter themed and I did such a good job. Like I did not want it to look at all like cheesy or like just
Mm-hmm.
like stuff I bought. Like I decorated it all myself. And so I had a bunk bed for them that looked very like wood, like I don't know, it looked like it would be in like Hogwarts. And then I
Okay.
had one of them had yellow, so they're all Hufflepuff, and then the other one was Gryffindor. And then I had like case like trunks for
Trunks.
for
Okay.
their stuff. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
then I had floating shelves and then like everything looked like all old school and
That sounds really cool. Sounds like
it
it was a
was
cool
cool.
till little JK had to hoist herself on her own petard, and
She had to say, JK, you guys can't.
yeah.
Yeah. You already made me
Although
a
that,
billionaire, but you know,
I mean, her fandom's still alive and well though, so I guess.
it is. And it's sad because like I would have loved to go to, and I was supposed to. I bought tickets to go to Universal Studios in Orlando
Mm-hmm.
for July 2020.
Ah, the most blessed time,
Yes.
COVID.
I would say another fandom would
Mm-hmm.
be sports teams.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have that with the sports ball thing coming up this weekend, right?
Mhm.
Did we ever actually confirm whether or not the Super Bowl is this weekend?
I know. My first kiss was on a Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, it is this weekend. It's this weekend.
I was 14
Go on, tell more.
and I was under a table. My siblings, so our parents were in the living room watching the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
My siblings, my boyfriend, and I were all in the office for some reason because that's where the one computer was. And I'm assuming we were like playing a game or something.
Okay.
And they like pushed us under the table and wouldn't let us out until we kissed.
Who's
As
they?
my siblings.
Okay, your siblings. Okay.
And because we had been dating for 4 months and we hadn't
Mm-hmm.
kissed. And it took us 3 months to hold hands, guys. 3 months to hold hands.
See, now I'm seeing your MO, and I get it now.
Okay, y'all, maybe you get it a little more from the podcast because, like, on TikTok, I'm all like, I'm so hot and cool and like, look at me.
And
That's a
you are.
character, guys. It's easy for me to get like that if I'm dressed up and drunk. But the real me in real life, I am a shy butterfly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I am a slow taker.
A slow taker. A take things slow or
Mhm.
take things slowly person. I don't know how to
Yeah.
make that into a
I
yeah,
I
which
can be outgoing. Like I can do public speaking and I can like in a group of people, I'm outgoing. One-on-one with people, I am more shy.
yeah, because you're taking off your mask. You're just like,
Yeah,
especially I think if it's someone you're comfortable with, you're probably just like, yeah, okay, you know,
I'm chill
mm-hmm,
now.
chill.
I always seem high and I'm not.
Not like I was.
That was great.
Oh, sure. I felt terrible.
You,
I'm like, I
why
can't
would you
remember
feel
anything
terrible? You
because I
remembered
don't.
it when I brought it up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it. I was present. I was cogent, but good grief, like it was like trying to connect dots. Like but in different coloring books. It was really difficult.
It was great. It's like you were looking at me, but you weren't looking at me.
I mean, I was looking at you. I
You're
do
like
remember
looking
that.
through my soul.
I was looking through your soul. I was just rummaging around. I'm in the Tyler Holmes fandom personally.
Woo!
We meet once a month
Me once a month.
underground in an undisclosed location.
Who all's in this group?
It's confidential.
Okay.
I've said too much.
Someone started a fan page for me on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Or is it nice? Is it
No,
good?
it's good.
Is it
It's
a,
good. It's
okay?
good.
Okay.
Um, they went on a hiatus because their phone broke for like a few weeks. So they just got their phone back. And so they're
Ooh,
posting again. But
okay.
I'm on there liking stuff.
You are.
I like y'all's comments. You
Mm-hmm.
can you can follow my actual Instagram though if you want to.
But yeah, so you had to kiss under the table for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was my Super Bowl Sunday.
That's quite a Super Bowl Sunday. First kiss plus a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Remind me not to go to the gym on Sunday.
Yeah, don't go to the gym on Sunday. No.
Or else I'll get there really early.
Yeah,
Y'all,
that's gonna be a day to
the gym is the name of the bar in my town.
yeah.
It's not the actual gym. If I went to the gym as much as I go to that gym, I'd be buff.
No, you're not there that often.
I go there once a week.
But that's but that's for a good reason. 2 for 1
two,
drinks
two for
is
once.
you can how can you say no to that?
You have to go and flirt. I got to be a flirt once a week.
Yep.
Except for I didn't realize one of the people I was flirting with was like 19 and now I'm a cougar.
Oh, I mean, we already were a cougar. You know.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
I'm kidding.
Are
I was
you?
making a joke about my supposed age of 25.
Oh, yes. Yes. Jordan's 25.
Yep. So what can I say?
Yeah. Also, like Liam's friends get crushes on me,
Yeah, it gives me the whole Stacy's mom has got it going on vibes.
but I go downstairs looking like this. Like, and they're like
Exactly.
following me around.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what
I
are
would
you
follow you
doing?
around if I were there.
He's had one friend that I approve of. I don't know if I still approve of him because this was a couple years ago, but his name was Kevin.
Oh,
And I was doing the dishes in the kitchen, and
mhm.
Kevin was like, "Liam, you're gonna let your mom do the dishes? You should be doing the dishes, and you should be thankful that you have like food in a
Whoa,
house." And like, I was like, "Oh, I like this one."
that's I get now why you approve. Yeah, like okay, thanks, Kevin.
I'm in the Kevin fandom.
You're in the Kevin fan, or Kevin's in your fandom. Oh, I said too much again
Oh,
about the secret meetings.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I have to keep mentioning people.
yeah, crap.
Oh, no, but when I do go out, so sometimes I go out in town here dressed up
Hmm.
like I do on TikTok, and I'll have my wig on, my makeup done, be in a crazy outfit. And sometimes I go Pokemon going in my Pikachu costume.
It's amazing.
I'm in a small town, you guys,
Yeah, yes.
and they all know me, and I don't know if that's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing. It's like Cheers, you know,
Mhm.
if Cheers were a town.
Oh, and I was taking Jordan around my town. Like I knew people everywhere we went.
Hmm. Yeah, everywhere we went. Oh, cool. It's great. I loved it. I thought it was fun.
Especially at the Wooden Nickel.
Yeah, especially at the Wooden Nickel. What a great place.
The manager at the Wooden Nickel is amazing and knows what you want when you come in. Like as soon as you sit down, they're like, "Do you want this to drink today?" Or they'll
Hmm.
already, if you get the same thing every time, he'll just bring it to you.
Just
Like,
bring it to me. Won't even ask.
yeah, just brings it.
That's service.
Jordan, you want your unsweetened iced tea? And then
Well,
he's
yes, I
like,
do.
"Oh wait, wrong way. Hey."
And
That's
I'm
what
just
he
like,
did.
yes, I do.
And that's Jordan's boyfriend.
Yep. Hmm. My fandom.
Oh, Tim's in your fandom.
Poor Tim.
He has like 13 dogs.
You know, but kudos. Way to rescue them
Yes, it
from
is
people who don't.
he has a rescue of
Yeah.
dogs. But they live in the house. They bought a bigger house for to have more animals.
Hmm. You know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, my house is pretty big. I could have a lot of animals.
You could. You could absolutely have a lot of animals.
I feel like I already have a lot of animals.
You do. I mean, no, you only have three.
And Boris.
Forest is low maintenance.
We were at the doctor. Evelyn's been sick for a while. She has a stomach thing going on. We were at the doctor yesterday, and the phlebotomist was trying to talk to her while doing her blood because she fainted last time she got her blood drawn. So they wanted to make sure like they keep talking to her, and they had her lay
Hmm.
down and stuff. Well, they're like, "Oh, how many pets do you have?" And she's like, "I have two cats, a dog, and a bear." Really? Oh, and
Excuse me,
two
what?
foxes. She said two
Oh,
foxes. And then she's like, "Oh, and my mom, for some reason, we have a lot of rats." I was like, Evelyn.
uh, caveat there.
He's like, "Are they pet rats?" And she said, "No." And I'm like, "No, we don't have rats. Just it's
They're not alive.
like they're
So,
dead. They're dead rats." I don't
which
know if that makes it better.
I don't, I mean, not initially, because you're just thinking, okay, well, they're not alive, so they're dead. So that's bubonic plague. Uh, but no,
They're taxidermied.
yes, they are taxidermied.
Well, one is diaphanized, and two are taxidermied, and one is a head mount.
It's a head mount.
I have a mouse head mount.
Hmm. How did I not see that? Where is that at?
It's in my cabinet of curiosities,
Oh,
which I don't think you ever actually walked over to that and looked in there.
I feel like I did,
But when you were drunk, you sure played with my human remains.
as one does
I have a
when in
Zen,
Rome.
I have a Zen garden of human cremains. And Jordan was just like,
It was Zen. I mean, it was a Zen moment. What can I?
there's a lot of gin and tonic before that.
There was. There was.
You also were trying to do my Russian nesting doll.
It didn't go so well,
No.
but So what do you think about like bad fandoms, like fandoms where bad things happen?
Oh,
Like there's gotta, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't any, or I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like,
I would say, I mean, there's definitely been like divorces over fandoms.
really,
Yeah.
that does definitely seems extreme.
Oh, when you're real into something. Um, I was a wedding coordinator for a long
Hmm.
time,
Right.
and there was quite a few Star Wars weddings that I did where one of the partners really didn't want to do the Star Wars wedding, and they just kind of like gave into it for the partner. And I'm
Wow.
like, they kind of made their whole fandom this other person's thing as well.
Co-opting a fandom, that doesn't sound healthy.
What were some other ones? Um, but yeah, it was usually the groom, which I was surprised that the bride like went along with it.
Yeah,
But like all the
that's
groomsmen had lightsabers.
okay.
Like one of them, the wife just like kept shaking her head and rolling her eyes, but she's like, "This was the only way I could get my big wedding."
That I don't know if that bodes well, you know?
Oh, and all your pictures are just going to be like these lightsabers, which is fine.
Yeah,
I think that it can be done well if both people are into it. Like I did some where they
right.
were both like hardcore Star Wars fans, and
Yeah.
one like she wore the white like Leia dress with Danish on each ear, and it was really cute. And he was Han Solo. It was very cute. But I did one where they were Luke and Leia, and that was weird.
Ooh, uh, I mean,
I did a Darth Vader and Leia, and that's
oh,
also weird.
that's worse somehow. That's
Genetically, no. Genetically, actually, brother and sister is worse.
you know, okay, yeah, wow.
Hmm.
Oof. Just all around bad ideas here. Like, did they know? They had to know.
I mean, if you're
A
both
fan, you can't
into
just
it, like I feel like you do.
yeah, yeah. That's a puzzler.
There was a Amidala and Anakin.
Okay.
That one works.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, okay. That's fine. What has anyone ever been Yoda?
No, but that would be amazing. Oh,
Yoda and Chewbacca.
one of them did have the ring bear was their dog and it had little Yoda ears on.
Oh, that's cute.
That was cute. Another one, the ring bear was the dog and it was one of the animals. I forget the name of it.
Ewok?
No, no, no. No, like an
No.
animal. Ewoks are a species of
Yeah.
intelligent being. It's not an animal.
Mm.
Like Chewbacca's
I
not an
mean,
animal.
no, I didn't say Chewbacca was an animal.
But the Ewoks are animals?
Aren't they? No?
No.
Okay.
They have a whole society and language and they
They did
talk
have
to
a whole.
people.
You are. That is true. That is true. Fair.
Ah!
Ah,
As I pushed my fandom on you, making you watch all of Star Wars
I enjoyed it. Hey, I had a good time. You know, me and Palpatine.
and Lando.
Yeah, me, Palpatine and Lando.
Uh-oh. You froze.
You
Oh,
froze.
you froze.
Oh no, am I back?
Well, your voice is back.
Oh no.
Okay, you're coming back. You're coming back.
Oh
You're back
boy,
with
I'm
us.
sorry.
That's
Whoops.
okay. It's all your fault.
Whoopsie. It is.
So the whole time we were watching episode 7, 8, and 9,
Mm-hmm.
anytime someone had like a disguise on, Jordan was like, "It's Lando. It's Lando. It's Lando," the whole time
Yeah.
until the very last one. Didn't say it, and I was like, "It's Lando," and he was, "Is it?" And yes, it is.
Lando. what a good time that was when it finally was Lando. I was right eventually. That's what matters. That's what counts.
It is what counts.
That's what counts.
Mm-hmm.
And when Palpatine came back, I was whoa.
Yeah, that he's a looker.
He was a looker.
Mm-hmm.
That Palpatine.
Yeah. Which technically, talking about the fandom, Rey would technically be related to Luke and Leia.
Right.
She would be Anakin's half sister
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Palpatine, Darth Sidious, put the Force inside of Anakin's mom to create Anakin. So he's technically a Palpatine as well because Palpatine impregnated the mom with the Force.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rey, sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Star Wars,
Well,
is a Palpatine and is related to Palpatine. Is Palpatine's granddaughter. No, so it's sorry, they'd be cousins? No,
Palpatine and Ray.
niece and uncle and aunt. Sorry, no,
Yeah,
no, they would be cousins. Sorry, Luke and her would be cousins. Anakin would be her uncle.
it'd be a very tenuous family reunion. Put it that way. There'd be a lot of animosity. I feel.
So she's technically related to her boyfriend.
What? What? Who's her boyfriend?
What's his name?
Adam Driver? Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren. Yeah. Oh my God,
But
Logan
he
has called me.
dies.
I know, but they kiss, don't they?
Okay. Well, Leia,
So there's a lot
Leia
of
and Luke
incestual kisses. You're right.
kisses, incestual kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know what that does, but it's a thing that exists
I don't
in
think I've
canon.
ever. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And a
but the
lot of
weddings,
hands being chopped off.
lots of hands being chopped off. We should have actually incorporated the drinking game you
Yeah.
suggested. Drink every time a hand gets chopped off.
Really, episode 1 through 6 has a lot of hands being chopped off.
Yeah,
7 through 9 didn't have as many.
I feel like we got like one,
We got 2
two. Okay.
because they chopped off both of his hands.
Oh right, yeah, that'll do it. That's that counts. That counts.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my goodness.
So many hands
Yeah,
chopped off.
so many hands chopped off. We've devolved into something here,
I
but
know, I know. I wanted to go a little lighter with this one because we did a couple dark ones.
we did go dark.
And so I wanted to do kind of a funny thing of how we could all get into cults because they don't have to be religious to be a cult.
They don't have to be religious. You're absolutely correct. And yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
people certainly, the fan, like I know we can sit here and list fandoms till our skin falls off, but like yeah, I mean they exist in literally everything. Uh,
Cars.
Cars. Oh yeah, the domestic folk. The Ford versus Chevys. Oh boy, yeah. As someone,
Mercedes.
yes, yeah, as someone who grew,
Jeep.
who grew up liking cars and having to kind of endure sometimes finding message boards and whatnot where people were very opinionated about who they liked or what they liked. Yes.
Yes, they're also within those same groups, like you just said. There are people who have very different opinions. So I'm in a old house group. So people who own Victorian homes or earlier.
Mhm.
And there are a lot of purists,
Oh, yes.
which good on you if you can afford to be a purist, okay?
Yeah.
but some people cannot. And I have tried to be a purist in my home, but I'm not going to push that on anyone else. Like my furniture is very like period appropriate on the main floor, and I try to keep it very like I don't have a TV on the main floor. I have an
Hmm.
oddity room and I have my parlor and then the dining room and an entryway. And my kitchen has tin ceilings.
Very nice tin ceilings.
I have stained glass,
In
including an
your, yeah,
eyeball
the all-seeing eye.
that looks at me all the time. But there are people who like want to paint the wood. And oh,
Yeah, once you start getting into changing things like that.
changing anything or like changing out the wood floors instead of restoring them when like restoring them can cost way more money than changing them out or they're
Hmm.
like really far gone. So people buy fixer uppers that probably should be torn down, but then they want to restore them. And
Right.
I love that. I love that they want to restore them and they want to do that. And then they'll get like ground into the dirt by these people for like changing anything. And it's like these floors are falling apart and you want them to do the work to like completely like restore them and
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
find matching wood.
which, yeah, I mean, yes, it's doable, but it costs money. Like,
Hmm.
if you ever watch an episode of This Old House, like, and you see them trying to restore those Victorians,
Hmm.
that's not cheap.
No, so the my insurance for my house has to be the rebuild value of my
Mm,
house
okay.
instead of the amount my house is worth. So my house was appraised for 320,000. And yes, I know that's low for a lot of people, but I live in the middle of nowhere, remember?
Yeah, which I had to keep that in mind when you said that.
And but my rebuild value is 1.3 million. So my insurance actually costs the same as like a 1.3 million dollar house. So my insurance is really high.
Yeah,
And as long as I have a mortgage, I have to hold that instead of the resale value of my house.
dang.
So if my house
That's,
burns down, I can move somewhere else.
yes, yes, you could.
Just build a little shack,
A little shack.
put the
I
rest
mean,
in a
you already have a
retirement
bus.
account.
Yeah,
Yeah, just live on the this property in the bus.
in the bus, in the garage. Who needs who needs a house?
I don't think my bus would fit in the garage.
No, no, but you could put it like beside the garage and then like cut out a hole
Mm.
leading to both, so you don't have to go outside.
Well, this
That's thinking
next
with
to
your
the
noggin.
garage, and then I can just put like a cover. Oh, no, I can't cover it because it has solar.
Oh yeah, if whoops, you want to cover the solar. Ah.
One of my batteries exploded my for my solar.
Oh, I thought you meant on your laptop just now. I was like, wait, what? But that's
No,
not good. Either way,
and they're new.
batteries
Like I
exploding.
just bought them a year ago.
And they exploded.
One of them. I
Wow.
have four batteries.
Jeez. How'd it go? What happened?
Like it just expanded. I don't know. I went out there to
Oh,
check
okay.
on things and it just went, "Meh."
Yep. Once it expands, yeah.
It's no good.
Thankfully it didn't catch on fire there in
Yeah.
front of you. Like with you present, I guess. That would have been a thing.
And I don't have life insurance, so
Mm,
that's why I need to start working again so I can have life insurance.
yeah.
And then yeah, then my kids can become wealthy if I die.
Which is a terrible thought, but let's not. You're
Just throw
you're
me in the
invincible.
dirt.
You're invincible.
They just need to throw me in the dirt under a tree. Don't even like, don't spend money on a funeral. Just everyone circle around the tree
Hmm.
and do the Macarena.
Create a few TikToks with your corpse, Weekend at Bernie style.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hey, Macarena. I that song is
You
really dirty. Don't you worry about my boyfriend, the boy whose name is Nicarino. Don't want
know
him,
more of the words
can't
than I do.
stand him. He was he was out of town, and his two friends were so fine.
You know, I have not listened to the Macarena in so long, and for some reason I feel compelled to almost to hear this for
Mhm.
myself.
You should. It was
I
the
should.
number one song on my seventh birthday.
Oh, 7.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was 2. I wasn't alive for that.
No, you weren't
Nope.
alive for my
Nope.
seventh
Wasn't
birthday.
alive. No. Wasn't there.
Yeah, because I'm 9 years older than you.
Yes.
You were just a thought in your parents' mind.
Hmm. What a thought that was. Makes you wonder why they thought it.
Oh gosh.
Right.
People are, they just love us.
People should love us. People should love us.
Later
Listening to
on,
this.
when we get famous and they're like rewatching these earlier ones, and they'll be like, oh my
Uh-huh.
God, these are insane people.
Like these two, what are they even doing? What is this? He's talking about a movie from 2014?
And movies from like
The Beach
bands,
Boys?
bands from like the 1800s.
What? The 1800s. Yes, the bards. The
Hey, that's
local
me.
bard.
Oh, how the D&D fandom.
I mean, yeah,
Talking about the
huge.
guild.
I wouldn't doubt that there's been crimes committed in the name of
Uh
D&D.
yeah, there's a vampire like D&D, and there have been crimes committed in the name of the vampirism
Holy
where people
crap.
like take on their persona and like feed off of each other.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That's mildly, yeah, that's concerning. It's like,
Very.
yeah,
Um, I might talk about that like because it is like a cult, so I might do a episode on them.
that would be interesting.
I've touched a little bit on it before, but yeah, it's
Yeah, that it doesn't sound good.
no,
Doesn't sound good.
no.
I mean, it sounds good to listen, like to find out about, but not like
It
good to be a
was
part
not,
of.
yeah, not good to be a part of.
No, not a fun thing.
Lots of jail time.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it's okay to be a vampire and feed off of each other. Just don't do it to people who don't want you to do it to them.
And I think that's really the takeaway. Consent is important.
Because there are like there's a very large vampire population.
Hmm.
They're mainly underground, but there are like vampire clubs where people do feed off of each other and they vet each other and they know each other's like statuses as far as diseases go, bloodborne diseases.
Hmm.
And so be safe about it because you don't need
Cults and
hepatitis.
cocktails does not kink shame.
No, no.
Just be safe.
Be safe. Know what you're putting in your mouth.
Boy, that is advice for life. Thank you, Tyler.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
you're
know what
very
you're putting
welcome.
in your mouth.
Mhm.
Never have truer words been spoken.
Never.
Never.
Mhm. And yeah, just know where it's been.
Know where it's been.
And if you're poly, tell all your partners where it's been.
Yes,
There's reasons for health reasons, it's not for like
right.
the emotional reasons or just to be like, yo, these are my numbers. But it's for them to know while you're with them who you're also with if you're fluid bonding.
Interesting. I've never. That's an interesting term, fluid bonding.
Even if it's mouth fluids,
Right.
even if you're just making out,
Even if it's just making out.
because you can get herpes
Yes, you can.
and
You can
COVID
get herpes. Advice for life.
and
Know what you're
mono.
putting in your mouth. And mono.
Mouth
Know what you're
herpes.
sticking in your mouth.
And if it looks weird, you
It
don't need to
probably
put
is
it
weird.
in there. Hmm.
It probably is weird.
Yeah, it's okay to say no.
It is okay to
It's
say
okay
no.
to look at it and then say no. And life advice with Tyler.
How many people are still listening at this point?
No one, absolutely
just
no
like
one.
just like going, what are they even on about?
Um, yeah. So on
Yeah.
that note,
We've successfully derailed a good chunk of your day, if you're here still.
you're welcome.
Mhm.
And thanks for all the fish.
Crow out.
Oh yeah,